Good evening YouTube. My second review after weeks use of my Under Armour Speedfit Hike mid boot. The reason I'm doing the second review is because when I first got it I was a little bit dubious about the quality of the boot, being the first pair of Under Armour that I've owned. The reason why I'm doing it is because in September 2018 I'll be attempting my 12th Paris 10 tab, carrying 35 pounds in a military style. Now, I've done the event before in my mountain lower boots. On there's the weight, 1,125 grams. That's a lot of weight for one boot. It's a mountain boot, leave it on the mountain. Still my favourite boot, well, could be, my Merrell MOAB, weighing in at 615 grams. Lovely boot, can't fault it. Put it into the comparison again, Hoka 1 Conquest trainer, weighing in at 430 grams. Why them? Because this weighs in at 385 grams. 385 grams is 13.6 ounces or 0.85 pounds. That's very light. Right. They're my favourite trainers, my favourite shoes and my favourite boot. The only thing I've got lighter than that is my moccasin slipper at 290. You can't run in moccasin slippers. The only other thing that's lighter than that I own is this Zero Minimalist running shoe. I made it myself. Fantastic. Never been brave enough to go running in it, but absolutely fantastic feel. Oh, for those that want the details on the box barcode. Right. The pros and cons of the boot. There are 99 pros and there's probably one con to the boot that I don't like. The 99 cons of the boot are the lightness of it, the sole. The sole is quite thick. This week I have run 5 runs, Monday to Friday. Monday 3 miles, 3.5 miles, Tuesday 3.5 miles, Wednesday 4 miles, Thursday 5 miles, and then Friday was 10 miles carrying 35 pounds in weight, all wearing the same boots. And I'll tell you what, they've never let me down once. The more you get used to them and the more you wear them, the better they become. Let's get that one con out the way that I didn't like or I'm worried about. It's never happened and I don't think it'll happen. The toe cap, very flexible. Don't go kicking anything in these boots because it won't be nice. But then I've worn them all week. I've done 4 guard shifts at work. That's 12-hour shifts. I am a Bobber Job security guard. I wear these around and I'm like a ninja. They are so quiet, so comfy, and I'm totally blown away by their performance. Now, the bit I like the most about these, when you pull them on and your feet slip into them, you should be able to see these little dents here. These really grip and hold on to your foot well. Right? You don't notice these little things, but I don't think the camera's going to pick up this ridges or the texture on the tongue. Now, when it's done up, I've never had such a good fitting boot hold me in. And I really am surprised and pleased at how comfy they are. They're not a running boot like the Hokas, but I've run 26 miles in them this week, wore them for 48 hours, and I have been absolutely blessed with being able to feel everything under the floor, and I've never been sort of squashed or squished in by them. They're just so flexible. The material, I can't explain the material. It's like neoprene rubber wetsuit material. It just grips so well. I have not stood in water doing a wet test. I have run through puddles. I have run through muddy forest tracks, but they've never let me down. And when I put them on next to go to work in the evening, they're bone dry. They are really, really clever. I think, from what I know, from my knowledge, it's called laminating and bonding. There's hardly any stitching at all on the boot. It's my first pair of Under Armour boot, and I tell you what, if I get the opportunity to get the tactical boot, I will. The Gore-Tex boot I checked today was 160 quid, and I thought, a little bit out of my price range. But for £98, if you've got any thought or idea of owning a pair of these, I would recommend you buy the Speedfit Hike mid boot. My feet have never moved across the ground so swiftly and so lightly. And yeah, it's made a real difference to my training. And I can only say thank you, Under Armour.